Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to have you here for this Hack and Tell. If you're in the US, happy Halloween. If you're not, happy Halloween anyway. This is a time when all of us weirdos in the US decide we're going to dress up and have some fun. As you can see, I've got on my wizard hat today, and I've even added a cape to the thing to hopefully have a little bit of fun. We're going to try to make this a really fun session. In fact, we're going to actually have a costume contest. We're going to give away some amazing prizes, just so you guys know what's on tap. We're going to pick up to 10 people, and then the community is going to vote based on that. The winner is going to get, I got to look at my notes myself. The winner is going to get 3 months free access to our AI Insider program, plus a free training replay, plus some Whitebeard swag, a total value of about $750. Second place is going to get free training replay and some Whitebeard swag, value of about 185. And the third is going to get a free training. So some cool prizes we're going to give away. If you happen to have a costume on or want to put one on real quick and you win and you don't happen to be in the US and the Whitebeard swag is going to involve tariffs, we'll talk to you about figuring out how to either get those covered or alternate something to make sure that you don't end up having to get like something really cool from us and then have to pay money for it. So we'll definitely work with you if you're not in the US. But we're really excited about things today. We're going to be having a great time. This is a slightly abbreviated Hack and Tell due to some other scheduling things. Some of you may actually be joining us in our next session starting in an hour with Alaric Heck. He's going to talk about YouTube marketing. Alaric's brilliant at that. I'm looking forward to that session as well. And I'll be wearing my wizard hat again. Be another chance for you, if you didn't win this time, to join us there. We've got 4 or 5 participants today. Depends on if we need the fifth one or not. That's me. I can't win, but we're going to have some fun anyway. In addition to the costume contest, we're going to also vote on who wins the Hack and Tell, and whoever wins the Hack and Tell is going to get some prizes. Just a little bit of housekeeping so you know how things go. First, a massive thank you and reach out or shout out to Scale with Stability, our sponsor for the AI Hack and Tell. Great event happening next April in Searcy, Arkansas. And if you are interested in growing your business, it's just an amazing event. It really works great and just, again, works so well. So we're looking forward to that, and we thank them at Scale with Stability. I'll throw a link in the chat if you're interested in getting pre-registered for that. Tickets don't go on sale until Black Friday, but they're already, I believe, about 85% sold out from last year, the people that have renewed. So it's going to be a great event and a lot of fun. A couple bits of housekeeping, just so you know. Everybody that comes up that's going to present is either a member of our AI Insiders or Mastermind community. We give dibs to them when it comes to presenting AI Hack and Tell, and they win some cool prizes if they win. You as a community, they'll get to vote. So we're going to go through and then we'll vote on where that is. If you, when you've come on, you've been muted, we'd appreciate it if you'd keep your phone on mute or your computer on mute. We don't want to hear the dog and the cat and the kids and everything. Welcome to see them on screen. In fact, if you got kids, please have them wave, but we don't want to necessarily hear those phone calls and everything. So please do keep yourself muted. Each participant that's going to present gets 8 minutes to go ahead and do that. I'll give them an approximate a 2-minute and 1-minute warning. And then we try not to go over. We may give them an extra few seconds, but not much. And then I'll cut them off and we'll go from there. But you guys will have access to these amazing hacks that they're going to be sharing with you, some great tips. We've got a couple people on from last month as well. In fact, Morris, who won last month with a great tip on Google Notebook stuff, is back with us again, as well as some others. Ken Moskowitz, Suzanne Taylor, and Eve Whitaker are also going to be presenting, so we're really looking forward to that. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I will do my best to keep track of that as we're going through. And then, again, we will be taking a moment. If you want to be participating in the costume contest, please make sure your camera's on so that I can see that you want to be part of it. And then we'll, again, pick those and vote for that as well. So we're going to dive right in, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to do, I'm going to go actually ladies first this time. I see Suzanne's on my screen, so we're going to let Suzanne go ahead and kick things off. Suzanne, if you need the ability to share your screen, you should have that. Let me bring you up here on the spotlight. There we go. Welcome. Glad to have you here. I haven't seen you in a while, so
Great to
excited
be
to have you
here.
here.
Great
So
to
yeah,
be here.
we're
Uh,
going to let you take. Yeah, go ahead if you got anything to say before we kick things off.
Well, I just want to say you haven't seen me very much because hanging out with you and stepping into this AI world has blown up my business. And
Good deal. I
it's
love it.
been amazing. The speaking gigs and the opportunities that have come from talking about AI. And that's all because of you, my friend. So thank
Well,
you.
thank you. Well, you're
Yeah,
doing a great job following up
thank
on
you.
that too, and that all adds up. So,
Yes.
all right. So I just realized my wife has managed to steal my phone, so I have to find another timer here,
Okay.
and I'll do that. But we'll go ahead and get things started. So again, 8 minutes, and I'm going to drop off the screen, Suzanne, and it's all
Okay.
you. Go ahead.
Awesome. 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 I'm going to share my screen and I am going to change the way you think today. This isn't about me showing you how to do it. I'm going to change how you think about your skills and your intellectual property. So, of course, I made this with my favorite AI tool, Gamma, and I want to inspire you today with turning your genius into AI skills, Claude skills to be in particular, and how to extract those frameworks, which, of course, I created all kinds of prompts for you to do that are all in this document. I'll share it in the chat, all free, no sign up required. And the key here is to extract your framework, your systems, your signature process, and teach AI how to think and answer questions just like you. So you've mastered working on your business, and now AI is going to help you work as your business with those signature frameworks. And this is super exciting because when you start with thinking of your customer journey or your offer map, and where in that customer journey is there something that's unique to you? So if you want to do this right now, pull out a piece of paper or your favorite AI mind mapping tool and trace your client journey from offer to delivery. So, what is the offer? How are you attracting people for that? And ask yourself these three questions. Where does my genius show up? Where is it unique to me? Where do I make judgment calls? Or for me, it's I see patterns that other people don't see. And what steps do I repeat every time that always work? This has helped me develop over 60 signature processes that are unique to me. And this started well before AI, but now taking those and making them AIable or AIified, these are huge opportunities for anybody who's into AI. So, prompts are the past, processes are the future. So, thinking about your business as a process era, clean playbooks, reusable logic, and consistent results. Now, how do we do this with Claude Skills? And if you haven't heard of Claude Skills, very similar to creating a custom GPT, but I saw something different. I saw this ability to take a unique process, a unique skill, and turn it into a Claude skill. But then here's the meta concept that is the hack for you today to think about not just making a Claude skill, but having that in a markdown file that you can take anywhere with you. I loved this concept and it actually kept me up for a whole entire night thinking about where else could I use those markdown files, and if there's multiple ones that you want to pile on top of each other, zip them in a zip file, and take them to Perplexity or to ChatGPT or to any of the other copywriting tools that you might be using. This kind of expanded my thinking on AI and skills and custom GPTs in a whole new way. So, what could it look like for you? These text files written once, reused over and over and over. I even know somebody who is immediately started selling his Claude skill bundles. And it's very easy to do something like that, just like you're selling a custom GPT. That file becomes the specialist that knows your processes. I can't imagine what it would be like to take all of my processes and put it into one Claude skill that could then be used for each one of my clients to have their own custom GPT project now that I can now share and work with them in their project, which was mind blowing for me as a coach and as an AI consultant. So, how do we do this? You want to go from framework to skill to system. Identify the one process that you do often, then write it out like you're training an assistant, a normal SOP. If you're in Jonathan's GPT membership, there is a fabulous one that writes SOPs for you. Test it in Claude or any large language model and reuse it everywhere. So think of that SOP as it's meeting your superpower. And when you can use it as a Claude skill or in ChatGPT or in Perplexity, oh my gosh, your prompting just goes to the next level because it's like your brain is in there with it. So here's some real world use cases that I've already started using. Coaches, values, vision, and voice skills for public speaking coaches. Agencies for brand launches, client onboarding, a report generator. I'm now generating an AI report for companies all with my Claude skill. It already has everything built into it and it
2 minute
generates that
warning.
report. Great, thank you. So, consultants, if you're selling something, or maybe you're just creating custom GPTs, this is a way for you to create something that your customers can use across different tools. And I loved that. Stack your skill set and your business brain is all of a sudden digitized. So here's what I have to give to you. I want you to change your thinking. You're training your AI to be your business partner and to think like you. And every framework, every coaching program, every offer can become a digital agent for you and basically help you land more clients, make more money, which we're all a fan of that. So I'm going to skip forward
One
to
minute.
the value that I'm giving you. So I created 5 mega prompts, each designed to extract a different layer of your genius. You just click this button in the presentation, which I'll share in the chat, and it'll take you to a Google Doc and you can copy those prompts. Then I created from my Claude skills, I created Claude skill ready template pack for you. This will get you started creating those Claude skills for yourself. And again, they're all in a Google Doc. Pick the ones that work for you. Play, play, play. That's the best way to learn this and catapult your skills. Super excited. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you and good wrap up. We appreciate that. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Glad to have you back with us and thank you. All
You're
right,
welcome.
so we're gonna go right into presenter number two, which is going to be Ken Moskowitz, and we'll let Ken come up here on the screen, and we'll do that. Just a reminder, if you guys haven't yet and you want to participate. Oop, that was my timer. If you guys want to participate in the costume contest, you've still got about 10, 15 minutes to go ahead and find something. I see we've got some really cool costumes on already, but if you want to do that, you've got a few minutes while we're doing this. So Ken, you are up next, sir. Trying to find you on my screen. There you
I'm
are.
here. I'm here. I
Glad to have you
promise.
here. It
There we
is.
go.
There we go. Now I got you up where we wanted you to be. It is all your show, sir. Go
All
ahead
right.
and take her away.
I'm going to share my screen. You should be seeing my little JSON character actors,
Yes, we
correct?
are.
All right, fantastic. All right, guys, I'm going to blow through a bunch of things here because I want you to understand the value of doing this. For those of you who are in advertising like me, by the way, Jonathan, for Halloween, I am dressed as an advertising Jew from New York. Here I am.
I love it, Ken. I
L'chaim.
love it.
Um, so, for those of you who are in advertising or have a business, which should be everyone here, um, I see a lot of people creating really weird videos with Sora and VO3, and those videos don't serve your business. Nobody needs to see a Yeti having a beer with people in the snow and then eating humans, right? It's just not a video we need for business. So let me give you a quick overview. You want to create your characters with JSON prompts, JSON prompts, because VO works better with JSON. So what I've done is I've built my own database, my bank of 300 character actors. And then when I need characters for a project, I built this custom GPT for me for all of the ads and projects I work on. And I just tell it what I'm building. I'm an ad for a plumbing company. And then I go in here and it'll say, how many characters do I need? I need a technician and a homeowner. I'm voice dictating because it's more efficient. And the ads concept is they had a serious plumbing leak, but the plumber fixed it. It's going to be a comical ad. And now what this should do is generate the 3 or 2 characters that I need for this ad. And I'm going to say, this is great. I'm going to take these characters. I'm going to use character. I'll take all 4 of them. Give me all 4 of them. And now what it's going to do is it's going to generate a JSON prompt of each of those characters, as well as, so it's a very detailed description of the character. And then what it's going to do is it's going to create a mid-journey prompt for each of them. And the reason I do this is because the JSON is going to be great for driving the video, but this is what I'm going to use to create my characters. And now I'm going to go to what those characters look like. So you'll see that when I put this information in, and I did this earlier to be prepped, it gives me a headshot of the character, plus it gives me a full body shot for the most part. Sometimes the generation fails. If it fails, just rerun the prompt. So if I wanted to take this version of my character as my technician, I can now bring that in to my project. But what I'm going to do before I bring it into my video project is I'm going to take it over to Google Whisk. Now, before I bring this in, I'm going to show you something I'm working on. I am currently working on an ad project for the Super Bowl for Budweiser. I was not allowed to show you the project stuff that we were working on, so I regenerated for you guys to get an idea of what you do with this. When you create characters like this, you can then bring them into Google Whisk. And what you want to do when you're creating a video in VO3, I like VO3 over Sora, is you want to create your individual frames for your opening scenes of each shot of your ad. Let me walk you through this because I've been in advertising for a long time and I've made thousands of ads. Every ad is multiple videos. A 30-second ad consists of maybe 10 shots or 20 shots. And so you want to think not of here's the ad or here's the silly 8-second video. What you want to think of is what is this video going to contain in the project? And what you'll do is take your initial characters, bring it in here as a visual reference, and then start building the frames of each scene. So for this example, this scene created a snowy mountain field, mountains in the background, a few patches of breakthrough grass with the majestic Clydesdale grazing. As we see the Clydesdale close up, we should see the withers forward. So we're seeing the withers forward and the horses close in the scene. Okay, that's the first one. The second frame, the horse lifts his head because he hears something and slightly turns his head to the left, and it's cocked as if he's listening intently. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a scene-by-scene descriptive narrative for VO to understand what I'm doing. Then when I've created each of those scenes, I download them. Then I go into my Hack and Tell project and I use frames to video. And what I do is I upload my scenes, and I'm going to start with my opening scene, the close-up. and I'm going to crop and save it. And now what I typically do is not dictate what I believe to be the best prompt. What I will do is I will go back to my ChatGPT, and I have a VO3 Pro shot prompter that I've created. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cheat a little bit and just jump in and tell it what I need. My opening scene is a majestic Clydesdale in a field. You hear the wind blowing, and suddenly, out of nowhere, you hear this thumping sound of Clydesdale horses running toward the horse in the scene. I need the camera opening shot to be cinematic and then slowly rotate around the Clydesdale to the left to reveal the herd running towards him. That is super descriptive. What will happen from this is it's going to create a detailed JSON for me. And that JSON, pro mode JSON, that JSON prompt is going to be the prompt I feed in to Flow or VO3. And so what it's doing now is it's breaking the shot into the scene, the establishing shot, and then second by second changes in the scene. And now I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy that code. I hope I'm not hurting your brains. And I'm going to drop it into my frame shot right here. But there is my opening video. 2 minutes. Got it. I got this. I'm running like, man, I'm glad I only had 2 cups of coffee this morning. All right, here we go. Now, because we know that VO and any AI generation makes mistakes, I anticipate it's going to make mistakes. That's okay. Let it make its mistakes. While it's rendering this, I'm going to go to my second shot. My second shot in the scene is the herd approaching the horse in the pasture. I want to hear thundering horse hooves now as the horses get closer to the main subject. This should be a wide shot, slowly pulling back as the horses get closer. Okay, so again, I don't expect you guys to be directors, but these are the details that people leave out when they're trying to create videos. And this is why most people's videos suck. And if you can think in your head, what do you want the actors or the characters to do? And what do you want the sound effects to be? And what do you want the camera motion to do? Right? Those are very critical details that'll make your production incredible. So I'm going to copy this in as well. Let's see how it rendered the first scene. I have sound on. Hopefully it works. Nope, it blew it. So that is the first scene, and it messed it up. It's wanting to transition, and that was a prompt failure on my part because I had it transition from scene to scene to scene. So because I have 1 minute, I don't have, or less than a minute, I don't have time to show you how to fix that, but we just go through the prompt again. We take out the secondary scene of the horses approaching, and we only focus on the first scene. I'm going to stop right here and take a breath. I'm done.
Ken, amazing. I know 8 minutes is hard to do that in. Wow, that was incredible. Dude, seriously. Love that. And now I understand absolutely and completely why my videos suck when I go to VO3, because I don't do that level of detail. That is super, super cool. Awesome stuff. Love to see it. Suzanne, yours was great too, but Ken just, I now understand, like I said, why my videos suck. So that was really cool. Awesome. All right, so next we're going to go into Eve, and we're going to let Eve come up. Let me get her on the screen here a minute. Let's see here. There she is. And welcome, Eve. Good to have you here all the way from Phoenix. So exciting to see you here.
Yeah.
We're going to turn it over to you. You're going to have your 8 minutes, and we'll go from there. So I'll turn it over to you. We'll just let you go. Here you go.
Awesome. I love this. Thank you, Jonathan, for doing it. So far, I love all of these. Ken, you just blew my mind. I love it. I love it. And so now I'm also going to teach you guys about some video in AI. So my background is in television, and I worked in LA for many, many years. And I agree with Ken, like most people's videos suck. And the reason why is you don't understand story and you don't understand how to prompt the AI generators. So I also love VO3 and Midjourney, but I have fallen in love with Sora. And let me, before I go into my presentation, tell you why I love Sora. I love Sora because it has taken people from being content consumers to content generators. It is a revolution in all these little movie makers making movies all the time. And I just love it. So if you're one of those, this is for you. And if you do own a business, I use this for my clients all the time to stop the scroll. And I'm not going to get terribly into that because it's going to be too much and I don't have 8 minutes. But so what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen. Nope. I think I shared too much of my screen. Hold on. I want to just share a certain part with sound. All right. So I have this document that I'm going to give you guys. So you guys will have this. And it basically is going to show you guys how to prompt for Sora. Now, this framework is also going to work with other AI generators, but each one is slightly different with how it likes to be talked to. Okay. So I'm going to show you some examples and then we're going to reverse engineer into it. So a little story about this little cartoon dog. I have 3 dogs. 2 of them are cute. One of them's really ugly. And when I was preparing, everyone calls her my junkyard dog. I rescued her in Denver. And so I had a friend come over last night and he's sitting there laughing and he's like, "Aren't you just the belle of the ball?" And just kind of like, it was just cracking me up, right? And so I was like, oh, I'm actually preparing to teach people about Sora. Here's a really good idea. Let's take what you just did and turn it into a 12-second little story. So
Keep their eyes off you.
this is what I did. Hold on a second.
Well, you're a pretty one, aren't you? The belle of the ball. Little prom queen? I bet the guys can't keep their eyes off you.
Right. So picture that. And my friend, he actually owns a grooming business. And so I'm like, you could do that and put all these things up for your grooming business. And he was like, oh my gosh, what else can we do? Right. So basically, the way Sora works is you need to give it good prompts, just like Ken was saying. And little like foreshadowing, I created a GPT, you guys, that I'm going to give you to do this, but I want you to understand how it works. So I'm first going to say the style. So I wanted this to be a cartoon, and then I want to give it a mood. And again, all this is in here so you can just absorb what I'm saying and you will have access to all of this. And then I'm going to tell it the length. And we know with any good story, whether it's an ad, your life, you need to have a hook. So the way Sora works is in a timeline. So it really looks at, give me the amount of seconds you want for each frame or each shot. So it's going to go, okay, here's the hook. We're going to have it have 3 seconds and it has the camera. Now we're going to go over these, but these are called tags. And this is how a lot of AI video generators like to be spoke to. So this tag is CAM, C-A-M, stands for camera. And I'm going to say what it's going to do. SFX is sound effects or music. And I'm going to kind of give it what I want it to do. The emotion, I want this to be funny. I did one the other day of 2 dogs talking to each other, and I wanted it to be funny, but it came out really super sweet. happy accident because I loved it, right? But I didn't give it the right emotion. And so emotion, owner, curious, mildly horrified, because I really wanted that snarkiness of, aren't you the belle of the ball? And then transitions. And that's just how it's going to know to go between one scene and the other. Now, one of the things to mention to you guys about Sora that is different in a very user-friendly, again, if you're advanced, yes, you're going to use Kling or VO. If you're new, what I love about Sora is it will actually create videos and it will transition with one prompt into several different scenes. So then we're going to give it context. This is the next part of the story. And the climax, again, we're giving it the same tags or the same framework, using the tags with the cam, the sound effects, the emotion, the music, and then that is what we got. So really quick, I am going to go in and show you guys the GPT I created that I'm going to give you guys today. It is all for Sora. Again, I just gave it knowledge files for Sora and a little bit of help to get you guys to be able to make your own stuff if you're like staring at a blank screen and don't have any idea what to do. So I'm just going to say, I want to create a video on a robot in therapy with a bunch of toasters, and I want to make it funny. Just something out of Eve's brain. Do something crazy. Maybe you're a therapist and you want to do something funny for an ad or something, you can kind of do that here. So it's just going to say, okay, quick brainstorm questions. What do you like? Just going to ask you. Because I'm on time, we're just going to cruise through this, but you can get very detailed and kind of give it like it's going to help it create that Sora ready prompt. So I'm just going to say, it's a group therapy with one robot and multiple toasters. I want it to be funny and absurd. The robot is very much the emotionally void one. I want it to look like Pixar, and I'm going to have you choose the rest. It's going to be 12 seconds. I'm going to go into that. And it's just going to give me my prompt. So it has the hook, the context, the climax. This is all just basic, simple storytelling methods. And again, the tags. And so I'm literally just going to cut this. And I'm going to go to Sora.
2 minutes.
And I'm just going to paste it in there. And I'm going to say, generate video. Oops. Okay, so then it puts it in the key. So while it's waiting for that, I'll show you another one that I did. This is my end of my 8 minutes, and hopefully that will get rendered in time to show you. So before I got on here, I did one that I said, okay, again, I just went to start here and I just talked. I'm like Ken, I like to just like talk into it. And I knew Jonathan was going to be wearing a wizard hat. So I told him, okay, I want you to write me this prompt for this little video that I want about a wizard on a Zoom call with a hack and tell. And so I gave it the thing. And again, it began to break it down, the style, the tone. I wanted it fun, the audio, and gave all the hooks with that. It asked me some more questions if I want to do some more stuff. Again, this is a very guided, simple GPT, so it will ask you, and I gave it the answers. And then I came into it, and I left it in my drafts version. So let me go into my drafts. And let me open this up and get the sound on.
Next.
Hold on.
Up,
1
Eve
minute.
Whitaker with
How to make a Sora video.
I'm going to give you a custom GPT that's going to help you.
Clearly we have our winner. Vote for Eve. Welcome to the AI Hack and Tell. Next up, Eve Whitaker with
How to make a Sora video.
I'm going to give you a custom GPT that's going to help you.
Clearly we have our winner. Vote for Eve.
All right, deadpan for double just to do that. So that to show you how you can kind of do that. And let me see if it's still rendering. So what I'm going to do, you guys, along with this, it has like probably like 40 seconds left to render. We'll see how it turned out if I have time. This is where the custom GPT is. So you guys can I'll throw this in the chat. Again, so you guys understand, I just walked you through the framework here, gave an example. And then at the bottom, I just gave some best practices on kind of prompting tips and just best practices with Sora. And I think this is done. Nope, still going, still going.
All right.
Let's see if it does it. How much
We'll have
time
to
do I
bring.
have, Jonathan? I don't want to
You're
go
at
over.
time. We'll have to bring you back, but we should have time to bring it back and look at it. So I'd
Perfect.
love for both Ken and Eve. I'd love to come back and see the finals, as I know when 8 minutes and trying to render that is a difficult thing to do. But again, really cool. I didn't know what you guys were talking about, so I love the fact that Ken talked about VO3 and you talked about Sora. That is super cool. And by the way, nice takeoff on the vote from me from Clay that Clay has done the last couple months. So that was a
100% took
really
that from Clay.
if you guys have been on the last couple months and Clay didn't decide to join us this time, but yeah, amazing job. Actually, Clay's on. I don't know why he's not presenting this time, but maybe he had enough. So awesome, great job. We're going to go right into Morris. Morris won last month, so we're really excited to have him back with us this month and share everything. Let me see if I can find Morris online here so I can share him. Morris, if you'd unmute yourself, you'll pop right to the top of my list. There you
Hello
go.
there. Hello, hello.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so we've got Morris. Okay, Morris, what's your costume? I love it.
I'm a pothead.
You're Oh, dude, I love it. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. All right, so we're gonna turn it over to the pothead and let him see
Yeah,
what he can tell us today. So, Morris, I'll turn
yeah.
it over to you again. I'll give you a 2 minute and 1 minute warning. Here you
Uh,
go, sir.
I should go. I should be able to give the other two some additional time. I was presenting on Atlas, and of course, it botched up right before the presentation. So I'm just going to
Of
go with
course.
what I did and what I was trying to do, and then hopefully for next month I'll be able to. It says ran out of credits, and I didn't realize. Boom! The agent mode sucks all that out. So what I did was, as you remember, last month I had a YouTube extension that brought 300 videos into Notebook LM. I'm going to share my screen here. See here.
There you go.
You'll see that?
Yep.
Okay, so I took the Notebook LM. Here's all of the videos, everything of Jonathan Mast. I even updated to the most recent was AI tool stack video was included for October. So that's just a replay on that. So what I wanted to do is take it a little further because he was nice enough to invite me to his affiliate program. So through Atlas, I was looking into Notebook LM here because Notebook LM doesn't play nice with outside sources. So I was using Atlas to create an interview. So based on the interview, it would go through Jonathan Mast's videos as well as the trainings that are available, and then it will go to the web and bring back the training that it recommends, which I have here. If you look here on the side, I was doing all of this, and then so I had to do a mock interview. I was going to interview two of you here today, or one of you, and it basically would say, hey, I need help. I want to gain more, like authority in my industry. I want to become a leader and everything. So it took all of your videos, scraped all the information, and then brought back a link to my affiliate link to sign up for Topical Authority. And it would go straight there. And I checked it, and my affiliate link was marked. So straight from that, I can send that, I can actually have them sign up right from the affiliate link. What I don't know is from Atlas, because I'm just using it, how do I make that interactive so someone could buy it? So I started to use I started building a Google Gem while this all build it as you need it. So 10 minutes before, I panicked and I was started a Google Gem to see if it'll do the same thing. But that was basically going to be my presentation, taking your knowledge base of 300 videos of up to the most recent ones, and then create a mock interview, sort of like what you have. It actually scraped up an interview that you do for people to recommend trainings, and then it was going to throw my affiliate link right in that. So I think I'm going to switch it off to next month and do it on the Google Gem, which I
Nice
think I'll
job.
have more luck with.
I love how you're using Notebook and bringing all that together and pulling
Yeah.
that in and then creating marketing material out of that, putting affiliate links in. I think Suzanne originally turned me on to Google Notebook LM a long while back now, at least in the AI terms, a long while back. And I love seeing how people use the different tools and brings everything together. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I
Love
tried to
that.
do it all in Notebook LM, but it wouldn't let me like go scrape your store, like go to give me a link to the store, to the bazaar. I wanted to bring up the Atlas, let me bring up the specific training that it was recommending, and it gave a 1 paragraph summary of why it should give you this training and what you plan to, what you would get at, what the end result would be like that you would want, based on what you interviewed, how it would help you. So
Awesome.
that's
Awesome.
mine. That's
Well,
straight from this pothead's mouth.
all right, awesome. All right, so before we do the costume contest, Morris, if I can have you unshare your screen, you and I will come
Sorry
back
about
up
that.
on the
Okay.
screen here a minute. There we go. Awesome. So that was Morris. Great job. I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody up here for just a moment that was on. So if I can find, let's see, Suzanne. We'll bring Suzanne up here. We'll bring Ken, and we'll bring Eve up. Hang on here a minute. Find everybody on my screen. All right, where is it? There's it. Add spotlight. I got to know what I'm looking at. So I'm going to create a poll here. We're going to launch it. We're going to take about a minute and a half or so. After this, we're going to do the costume contest. So don't leave, because then we're going to bring up everybody that wants to be in the costume contest. If you guys are here and you want to do the contest, make sure your camera's on. It's going to be really important. And let's launch the poll. And it's going to be your opportunity. You should see that poll. It's your opportunity to vote for whoever you thought had the best. So I thought everybody did a great job. Suzanne talked to us about Claude and various skills we can use in that. Ken's VO3 training, Eve Whitaker's SOAR training, and then Morris's Google Notebook LM. Looks like we've got a little race going on here and see where we go. Both to Ken and Eve, if your videos have rendered and stuff and you want to show them right after the contest, we will go ahead and let you guys show those final videos. So you probably have another 10 minutes or so before that comes up if you want. I'm going to keep watching my countdown here. Only about half of you have voted. I'd love to have more of you vote here a minute. We've got about 30 more seconds. Looks like Eve, looks like you're running away with it unless somebody stops you. Ken's and Susanna are in a very close tie. Love it, love it, love it. It's going to see where we're at. Another 20 seconds here. If you guys are on, it's time to vote. Pick the one that you want. Another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Eve gets it. All right. Congratulations, Eve, for winning this month's Hack and Tell. So happy to have you and excited. That's great. By the way, sometimes you try this a couple months before you win, and that's okay. Eve, I think this is your second month. Is that correct, doing this?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
great job. Congratulations. So Eve wins an Amazon gift card. She's going to win a free training, and she's going to win some Whitebeard Strategies swag. Morris is sprouting his hoodie from last month that he got, in addition to being a pothead. I love it. So, now we have a Whitebeard pothead, right? I love it. I love it. So, all right. So we're going to move into the contest. I'm going to ask everybody, if you would, if you want to do the contest, if you would turn your camera on. If you don't want to do the costume contest, just to make it easy, because we've got a bunch of people, if you would turn your camera off. That way I will only see the people that want to do that. I'm going to remove the spotlight here. We're going to bring everybody up in a grid so we can see where everybody's at. Let me remove my spotlight here a minute. All right, and I'm going to change the view to gallery. All right, so we've got a number of people up here with this. It's going to take me just a second to put a poll on here. So let me ask Eve and Ken, while I'm thinking of that, do either of you guys have videos ready to show while I'm putting together this poll?
I have one rendering right now. Eve?
You have one running. Eve,
Yeah, no,
how's yours
mine's
coming
ready.
along?
I can show you to eat up some
Would you
time.
mind sharing your screen while I type this out? Because it's going
Yeah,
to take me
not a
just a
problem.
minute to create a new poll here with everybody. Leave your camera on if you're in the contest, because I'm going to have to pull your names up and take a look. And in the meantime, Eve's going to help me kill a little bit of time, which I'm very grateful for. So
I
we'll
just
go
have
ahead
to,
and
oh, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
no, you're good.
Okay.
Just you're ready to go. So
I'm
thank
ready
you.
to go. I just wanted to give Ken a shout out. I love what you did too. Like that's
Thank you.
everyone did a great job, but I'm a AI video person, so I loved it. Okay, so if you remember, we did just a quick little prompt on a robot and some toasters in a therapy session. Again, this is a little deep dive into my weird brain. I think Morris, you and I have the same humor, so this is what it came up with. Oh, hold on, let me unshare really quick, and I'll reshare because I don't think I shared with my sound. Okay, perfect. Okay.
There are feelings, everyone.
I just feel like all I do is burn things.
So just a little blip of fun humor there with that, just to show you the different.
Very cool. I love it. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I am still busily typing away, so we're going to need just a moment here. We will go ahead and get this in. I'm up to about halfway through here. We had more people than I thought that came in with great contests, or costumes, I should say. So we're going to take just a moment here. While we're doing this, I'm going to encourage you guys, if you would, look on your screen to everybody that's got their camera on and look at everybody's costumes, because we're going to have an opportunity here in a moment. Oops. I can't give enough people in here. That's interesting. Why won't it let me do that? All right, we're going to have to do an extra one here. We'll figure it out. So take a look at everybody that's got their costume on and see where we're at so we can make sure we've got everybody in here. And I'm going to go ahead and enter in the rest of the names here. And then in just a moment, we're going to go ahead and vote. And then we'll see who wins the extra stuff. Let's see here a minute. I apologize. I didn't think about how long it was going to take me to type all
Jonathan,
of this stuff
I
up.
can share something while you're typing and buy time, and then you can just
Would
wait.
you, Ken? That's wonderful. I appreciate it.
Sure. So for those of you who are using VO, I want you to just understand something. Render time varies based on complexity of your scene. So when I render scenes in VO, oftentimes renderings take 3 minutes. The more complex your scene, the more it has to process and think. So don't think your thing is broken. If you start creating videos the way I showed you, you will wind up with really long render times, even if you're using the basic, fast version. There's no such thing as fast when you render video the way I showed you guys how to do it. So just be super patient because it is a slow process. Did I buy you enough time, or should I keep going?
Almost, yeah. But if you
Okay.
got
I'm going to do a
another,
screen share and see what. So I tried to fix the disaster that VO gave me on the first one. So it's still rendering 2 more, but let's see if it fixed the disaster. No, see, it's melting the snow and transforming it. And so that comes from operator error, specifically mine. And it's the way I spoke the prompt because I was trying to rush through it. When you're writing prompts or voicing prompts, absolutely be thoughtful as to what you're trying to get. In one scene, you only want it to stay in that one scene. You never want it to transition. Let the transition happen in your next frame.
can you give us a little bit more on that? Help me. I'm not sure I follow that fully, Ken. When you say that, let that transition happen in the next frame, what does that mean?
So I'll go back to sharing. So while you're doing that, and then again, I'll keep you visible so I can see you if you wave. So I'm going to go back into this VO3 shot prompter. You'll notice that I said it says here's your corrected scene 1, but it's not corrected. It has a wide grassy field, and that's why it keeps transitioning out of my scene. So in this case, rather than continually trying to fix it, I would simply reprompt my VO3 shot prompter, my AI tool that writes the JSON prompt. I would reprompt it to make sure that it's focused on the snow and what's going on in the opening scene. So, and I'll just do a quick voice prompt to fix that. Rewrite JSON scene 1. The horse is in the snow, grazing gently. It hears the hoof prints in the distance of approaching Clydesdale horses, a herd of them, and lifts its head. So now I just reprompted it because I wanted to get rid of the golden glow of wheat fields, which is what it basically created in that scene. Now I don't have to worry about that happening, he says with confidence. And I go back to my frames and I pop that horse in there and I start crunching that one. Same thing when you do your next frame. Each one of these frames should have specific actions. So here is my second shot where the horse raises his head and turns to the right. This is when the horse sees the approaching pack or herd of Clydesdale horses. Horses run in packs, not herds. I have horses, so I should know that. And so each scene in a video is like a miniature ad. And what I see people do all the time is try to cram the entire ad into one prompt. Think about what happens in a 30-second ad. The homeowner opens a door. Now you see a double shot or a two shot, as they're called in production, of the homeowner and the person. Those are two different scenes in the same opening frame. So the shot may be 3 seconds long and show the homeowner opening the door. That's shot one in the first frame. But now you've got another scene, and that other scene is the two shot of the technician standing at the door and the homeowner, meaning you see both of them in the frame. So you have to start breaking apart what you're doing in your production to the individual elements, and that is how you'll get better output. Let's see what it did this time.
We'll take a look and then...
Much better. Now it raises its head. Perfect, and it looks in exactly what I want. So now I'm going to say I like this one. I'm going to give it a little heart. I'm going to check the next one. Raising and walking, which is exactly what horses do. Lifts its head, but it's not lifting it in the direction I want. I could have been very specific about that. It turns its head to the left. This one is turning towards the camera, looking right at camera. Now it's this is perfect. Okay, that's the one. So I'm going to add that to my scene builder. And so now I can start building the ad, the rough cut. Again, I use real video editing tools to actually put the pieces together, not AI. So I use Final Cut Pro. When I say real tools, you can use this to do a kind of a rough cut. It's not going to give you a finished production. Also, I generally tell it not to put music on my videos. I don't want music and I don't want sound effects. I add that later, again, using a real video editor. But now I've got that first scene and I'm ready to use the second scene. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the first frame, and that first frame is the horse turning its head as the herd approaches. Jonathan, am I still good?
No, we actually need to probably break. This is fantastic, though. Okay. Definitely, you and Eve, we need like a video deep dive. This is absolutely stellar. I love what you've got done on there. It's really good. So, all right. So we've got a number of you guys up. Put your costumes on if you guys are ready to go. I love everybody here. Again, just as a reminder where we're at, the top winner is going to get 3 months free to our AI Insiders program, plus some training and some swag, $750 value. The second's going to get free training and some swag, and third, some free training. So I'm going to start the poll here. We're going to let it run for 2 minutes, so you guys can have the opportunity to go ahead and vote for your favorite and re-vote if you need to. And if you would, go ahead, everybody vote now. Take a look at your screen, maximize it. We'll give everybody time to look at everybody's costume and figure out who you think is absolutely best. And everybody start voting. You've got plenty of time here. We're going to let it run, like I said, for 2 minutes. I absolutely love some of these. I'm not going to say my favorite. Make sure you scroll, by the way, if you haven't scrolled. I've got everybody in one thing. Make sure you scroll down and pick your favorite person. Unfortunately, we've got so many, I can't see absolutely who's winning at this point in time, but we will momentarily. We're going to take a little over a minute left for your favorite costume, putting that out there. And want to make sure you have time. Again, scroll around, look at everybody, go down to the bottom, make sure you've got anybody picked who you want. And let's see where we're at. We have about 30 seconds left. Looks like everybody has, we got about 45% of the people that have voted. Feel free to, and I guess we got some note takers, so it's probably a little higher than that. We got just a moment left here. We got about another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and end poll. Let's take a look and see who won. Let's see here. I have got Clay had 10. Let's see if anybody beat Clay. It looks like Clay is number 1 with 10. So Clay is number 1. Congratulations. Let's take a look for number 2. Let's see. We have Michael at 8. I think we had another at 8 as well, if I'm not mistaken. And we had Morris at 8. So Michael and Morris, we're going to make it easy, guys. Michael and Morris both give you guys number 2 since you tied. We'll go ahead and put that together. I want to point out to Morris, I don't know if this was planned or not, or if that was just off the cuff, Morris, but you just ended up winning by grabbing a pot and calling yourself a pothead. I love it. People love that. That was great ingenuity.
I voted for
So
Clay.
was that planned the whole time, or was that just impromptu?
Impromptu.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Oh, that's
I voted
fantastic.
for Clay, though. I voted for Clay. I wanted to see
Congratulations. Yeah, Clay had a great one. Everybody did a great job. I appreciate it. And just a quick reminder, if you've got your costume on and you want another shot, literally in 2.5 minutes, we're headed over to another Zoom meeting with Alaric Heck. He's going to be talking about YouTube stuff, and we're going to do another contest there. Same prizes all the way across the board. So we hope to see you guys there. And I want to thank you for joining us for the Hack and Tell. I want to thank Scale with Stability for promoting it. And if you guys want to see the replay, we will be publishing replay documents with everybody's links that they shared, the whole video, the contest, and everything else will be coming up here probably later today. But we'll definitely get that replay out to everybody. So thank you. Guys, have an amazing day. And hopefully we'll see you in a couple minutes over on the show with Alaric Heck. Thanks, everybody.
Jonathan, I have a thank you speech. I have a speech. It's like a 10 or 15 minute. Should I just bring it over to the next call?
You got 10 or 15 seconds, Clay. How's that? Can you do it in 15 seconds?
I don't know. I'm just playing. It was so good.
I know.
Vote for myself. You guys had some really great costumes. It's
for those of you that don't know,
Jonathan, vote for
Clay. Clay and I always have some conversations. So this was great, guys. I want to thank everybody that participated. This was fantastic. So again, you guys have an amazing day. We will see you shortly with Alaric, I hope. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.